Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Fancy Football AFCON Group Preview. As you all know, my name is Philip, and today I'm with Nonsu Arinzechi, one of Abuja's finest um, football analysts and sport analysts. Nonsu, good morning and welcome to Fancy Football live for the very first time.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the listener. I'm really happy to be here. It's great to be part of the team. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, quickly we'll look at Group C. We've looked at Group D, Group A, Group B, so we'll look at Group C. And I will take you back to and I will give you the bonus time for we to discuss at least 3 minutes to discuss Nigeria's chances as well towards the end of the show. Okay, let's look at Group C. In Group C, you have Senegal, who are the defending champion and two times champion as well. You have Cameroon, the most successful team in this tournament, behind Egypt with five championships. And you have Guinea-Bissau. You expect you one could expected them to have won the AFCON, but this is their 15th time. If they appear in this tournament, this will be their 15th. And you have Gambia, which will be basically maybe their first time in the AFCON or second time in the AFCON. So let's start with Senegal. They are the defending champion. Do you think that they have an extra motivation coming into this tournament to defend it and win it again?
I think so. After an abysmal World Cup under the coach Cisse, it's now a do or die affair for this Senegalese team heading to the AFCON. Not fully well, I think if he does not win the AFCON, he could be booted out because of the abysmal and shambolic performance they had at the World Cup, where everybody thought they were the team to beat. Instead, Morocco became the shining light in Africa. Remember, so I think there's an added motivation for the team, for the coach Cisse, for the players to let everybody know that what happened the last time was no fluke. It was a work in progress, and they are now not only one of the best teams in Africa, but they are the best team in Africa. We've seen teams in the past like Egypt go on a winning spree, Cameroon go on a winning spree, showing dominance in Africa for a certain period of time. And I think that's what the likes of Sadio Mane and his guys will want to do to ensure that they stamp the authority as with the best teams in Africa, which is the target for the team. So, but on paper, they like I said, they're one of the favorites to win it. But for the at least for the coach, especially Sisi, who is under criticism and under fire from the local media there in Senegal, it's something of a must win to calm the nerve and let them know that this project is something that will yield returns or yield rewards in the near future. So I think there's added motivation apart from the fact that they are defending champions and they want to defend their crown. There's a lot of pressure from home to perform, especially at this stage.
Okay, I don't know where this project is coming from actually, but I think the Senegalese are always expected to go for a tournament, even when they had the likes of Kalulu Fadiga, Alhaji Diop, and even the current coach, Cisse, in their team, and Papi Cisse as well. They are
I
expected to
think
go for a tournament.
I think the pressure is coming. Like I said, I think when they don't believe that their team has arrived. In those days of the Kalu Fadiga, like you mentioned, the Cisses, the Papa Diop, the Diouf, Alhaji Diouf, they were not expected to do well in Africa. That was a golden era. Where they rise from the Rios and became one of the big teams in Africa. Even at the World Cup, when they went that far in 2002 World Cup in Korea, Japan, it was a shocker to the whole world. But now, with the
Yeah.
quality of players they got in their team, they've got the captain of the team, guy who was once in Napoli, now played in Saudi Arabia. They've got Sadio Mane. They got Edward Mendy. They've got quality players, are scattered around the team. They're now condemned to perform. No longer the underdog tag has been taken away from them. They're now favorites. And like at the World Cup, nobody expected them to go to the World Cup and shine like a million star. Everybody expected them to go to the World Cup and give a good account of themselves. I think they were below par at the World Cup. I quite personally agree that they were not where they ought to be at the World Cup. They could have gone further if they put the right, let's say, coaching or structure in place. So I think they want to correct the wrongs and right the wrongs. They are favorites, we know on paper because of the quality of team, but because of the fact they had a crazy World Cup and the fans are now calling for the head of the neck of the coach. There's now an added advantage to prove to the fans that come on, hey, this is just a blip, just a purple patch. We can rise again. We're still the best team in Africa.
Okay, but don't you think that they need an extra motivation with respect to rejigging the team? Because you see, I think the team is aging because the likes of Sadio Mane in their 30s.
Yeah,
You have a lot of players that are going to their 30s, especially even their defender, Mamadou Koulibaly.
yeah.
The goalkeeper also, they are going. The goalkeepers, they are like fine wine. The more they get older, the more
Maybe they get
experienced they
better.
are, the more better they are. Yeah, exactly. So, but don't you think that the team is aging and you need a rejigging in the team?
I think to be sincere, to be fair to them, I think there's a mixture of both youth and aging players. If you look at some of the right back, Sis is quite young. Look at some of the players who play from the wings, the bullet DIs of this world, quite young. Uh, Even Diatta, he's not as he's barely 26. I know a lot of people will argue, oh wow, come on, it's been so long a time. Like Ahmed Musa has been in Spike for so long a time, but he's 26. So it's a mixture of youth and express. Maybe as the key area of the team, like you said, in every team there's a leader. The leader in defense is Koulibaly, is getting old, he's in his 30s. The leader in the attack is Sadio Mane, is old, is in his 30s. The leader in the midfield as well is getting old, is in his 30s as well. So there should be, I think they should be thinking of passing the baton to the younger generation. And to be sincere with you, they're not shy of talent. If you go around, especially in the French league, or there's so many Senegalese players scattered across the board that they could pick up this baton whenever it falls on their feet. So I quite agree with you. They're quite aging, but if there's something we say we don't change the winning formula. This team has done so well for so quite a time. You can't break a winning team right now because of age. You see, I say something, I'll repeat it. I say it everywhere I go, and I'll repeat it again. If you are good enough, you're old enough. Doesn't matter if you're 15, you're 14, you're 39. We saw Peter Cech keep to his almost 36, 37 for his country. We saw Van der Sar keep to his 41. I'm going too far. Martinez as well play to his 40. So if you are good enough, you are old enough to me.
Oh,
I think
even Ryan Giggs also played to his 40 as well.
absolutely, he became like an old war horse. So it's just about getting them to be on their A game. My question is that would they be a bit rusty, knowing fully well that most of their top players play in Saudi Arabia? Is it as competitive as what they used to be when Sadio Mane was at Liverpool, when Koulibaly was at Chelsea or Napoli? When they had players scattered, most of the players are in the Middle East. So that's the big question.
Yeah.
Are they let's put it down, competition ready because of where they play their football? That's a big question we should ask.
Okay, I think that they should be competition ready. For all we care, we want these teams to come up with their A game. Not only about winning it. We want an entertaining competition. We
Absolutely.
want this expansive football that the African flair mixed with the European flair and the tactics we need. I think that's what basically the African football is lacking. That injection of tactics from across all board. I think we have the strength, we have the power, we have
Yeah.
everything it takes, but we just need, let's say, a team like Senegal is like goes down. What can they really do? Those are the things we really want to see in African football, but that should come
See,
from
I
technical.
think African football has come of age. To be sincere with you, I think we've got to the point where we can say, "Oh, these are the favorite. These are minnows." Please, I start to be corrected, and I repeat it every day of the week. And Philip, you know this. I still believe there are still
Yeah,
minnows in football. If there are no minnows in football, if England will not beat Moreno 19 nil, 10 nil. There are
there
still
are still
minnows in
minnows in football.
football. They are. So I think. That Senegalese is one of the teams we expect to see a lot of tactical abilities. A lot of questions will be asked on CC because the first African coach, I think was the only African coach to make it to the World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. I said Morocco as well, who fired their coach just before at the nick of time and got in Ragragui, the coach who took them to the semi-final of the World Cup as well. So I think we want African coaches to win, not only win the African competition by physicality. We want to see some, like you said, some finesse, some swagger about their play. And this is where the African coaches need to step up. It's not about, I don't want to see driving football. Oh, we won by no. I want to see good football. I want to see the ball moved around. I want to see a different style of play. We talk about the Joko Bonitos, tiki takas, the counter-attacking football, the gang pressing.
Samba
This is
as
what I
well.
want to see. Exactly. This is what I want to see from our coaches. And this is my issue with the Super Eagles. We'll come to that very soon. We want to see a team that has a style, a philosophy, and that's what Senegal. Senegal had a style at the AFCON. They came to the World Cup. I mean, should I say they were afraid? Or they were frightened, or the stage, the stage had a
Yeah,
toll on them.
when they beat France 1-2, they played in the final, but they didn't win the final at that time. When you have the likes of
Exactly.
Diop that play for Liga
Diop,
and
Diop
a
for
whole,
you guys.
yes, and a whole lot of players, yes. You have a whole array of big stars in that team, but at the end of the day, they didn't go far. They didn't really go far. But I think at the end of the day, yes, they went far. They went up to the quarterfinals of that competition,
Yeah,
and they
and
took
about the final
themselves
final.
because they
I
were
think
because
they played good football. They played
yes,
very
they
good
did. They
football.
beat Sweden. They, unfortunately,
They
they
beat
beat
France
Sweden
the
out of
host.
they beat
Exactly.
France in the first match. So
Exactly. That that
yes, I
that's
think
what I'm talking. That's what I'm
yes,
talking
I think
about.
they
So
have
I think that's
go
what I
ahead.
expect to see. That's what I expect to see for Senegal. See, apart from the whole going far, get to the semi-final, which I think they should, I want to see a bit of flair in their game. I want to be able to sit down and watch an African competition as if I'm watching the Premier League or the top leagues in Europe, So I think that's what I want to expect. And I think they've got the players who are very vastly exposed, players who are playing the highest level. Most of Kaludi has played in the Champions League. Sade has been to a final of the Champions League 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. They've got a goalkeeper, the man who has also won the Champions League. So they're well exposed. So if there's
Yeah.
anything, they've got the players who can play at that highest level. So I'm looking at the football being played by Senegal more or less than them going far because we expect them to go far because of the quality of players they've got.
Okay, that's it for Senegal. We wish them all the best. I will come back to you. Just keep your predictions, the good predictions with you, and then keep the surprises. At the end of the show, I will ask you. Okay, let's move on to the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. They are the second. They're the second most successful side, like I said at the beginning of the tournament. They won this tournament 2 years ago against Egypt. I think
Yeah,
Egypt have gone to the finals like 2 times now.
and I'm
Crazy
thrilled to win
enough, and they failed to win it. Unlike in the early 2000s when they went to the final in 2001, 2002, 2002, 2003, 2002, 2006, 2008, and they won it in a row. Um, let's see. What do you think the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon will bring? The Cameroon side having Eto as the head of the FA, I think there's been a lot of controversy over time, especially with the issue of Song and Onana and the battle, the battle Samuel Eto'o also had with the government as well. There've been issues
it.
left, right, center. But do you think they will put aside those issues and come with their A game to this tournament?
I think they should. Let's be realistic. I think they should. Uh, to be sincere with you, Samuel Eto'o has been under the scrutiny for a very long time. His personal life as well, starting from the fact that his child just sued him to court for lack of paying his parental dues. His issues with the FA, a lot of the board are fighting against him. Some of the state FAs, like they're called, are also having a go at him. His demeanor and his behavior outside the first square game has been in question. But there's one thing that he has always done, to be sincere with you, is bring success. Under his, don't forget, they won the bronze medal of the African Cup of Nations under his tutelage. In a tournament, nobody gave them a chance. Where it was the Vincent and Bakashe, remember? I think it was it 2 years
Yeah.
ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, but a
So,
very young team, a very young team. That was one of the youngest
very young
Cameroonian teams that have won the
team.
Nations Cup.
Exactly. Also, they went to the World Cup and beat Brazil. The first thing to
Yeah,
do so in a very, very, very long time.
exactly.
Despite the dispute between the coach Song and Onana, which they finally decided to bury their hatchets and decided to work together. From what we hear, I think they've got a fairly good team that can go a bit far. There's two question marks for me about their ability to go ahead and get the trophy. To be sincere, a lot of questions to be answered, a lot of questions and answers. I'll use that way. But see, there's hope. First of all, I see no reason why. First of all, I must call it out. Why Onana would have to stay back at Man United until the game against Spurs. Imagine him playing a game on the 14th for against Spurs, and Cameroon's first game is on the 15th. So how would he be able to fly and get there before time? So that means automatically he'll be out of the first game. He ruled out of the first game of the competition. I don't know how the FA and Man United had to get into that situation where this plan should have been released a week or two before the tournament
That's
began.
for me. That's poor management on the United side.
Exactly. No
Um,
matter what they're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to defend, whether it's number one position or what. For a tournament as big as, and this is why they will look down the AFCON. And these are people like Klopp who makes us tell about the AFCON. Because the club can hold you back to days even after the start on the 13th. and he will play for the club on the 14th. A player who has registered for that tournament. It is shambolic. So I tell you, they've been poor management from the top to bottom. I do not believe, repeat, put that in a big capital letter. I do not believe in the management of the Gabek song. He has no prior experience to coach a nation as big as the WWE Lions of Cameroon. He was just a coach at the cadet level, and then because of I think a friendship with the song, he's been pulled up to the top. And since he's been there, it is from one catastrophe to the other, from one issue to the other. Look at the World Cup qualifier. Look at the AFCON. They stumbled. They stumbled to qualify. Even the World Cup, they had to, they were clutching on straws onto those late goals by Otoko Ekampi, far away in Algeria. Remember, where there was an issue of whether it was match fixing or not. Remember, so I think question mark on the coaching ability of Brigaba Isanga will be sincere. I do not think he's got the let's say the technical know-how, if I use that word, to manage a team as big as Cameroon, who has got players playing in top leagues in Europe. But who am I? Imagine a coach who is sending a coach out of the team because of his play from the back in modern day football.
When you look at their last match, the last match they played against Libya, they drew against a Libya side, a very Libya side away.
Even the way they got at home in the last game they played before this African competition, you would realize, let me sincere, you would realize that they struggled to win. They scored a goal late in that game by another Vincent Baka must call his name. Late in that game to ensure they won that game by 2 goals to them. So I keep saying
3 goals to nil.
Exactly. So I would be sincere.
Against a whole Mauritius.
Exactly. They struggled at home against Mauritius.
Yeah.
They scored 2 early goals in the first half, and they let go in the 90 minutes to ease the tension. So I must be sincere. I must be sincere. I don't think Cameroon has got the right coaching crew to take them to the AFCON. But like I said, we've seen bad coaches find a way to, they will crawl. They will crawl their way to the title. And I know they will tell you it's the end that justifies the means. But I still have a lot of questions back on the coaching team. But for the squad, I think they've got some good players. Clinton Ng, Bizarre Baka, Kautoko Ekambi, Nkundu, Ezabo Ngiza, Onana. This guy also has returned back to the families. Ondoa, the goalkeeper who was there when they last won the African Cup of Nations, the cousin of Onana. So, fingers crossed, they've got a good team. 27-man squad is quite impressive.
Okay. I want us to go into the other two teams, Gambia and Guinea and Gambia. You expect Guinea to be one of the, at least they've won it 14 times prior to this one.
Yeah.
They AFCON 14 times, and I think the last time they came close was in 1976.
Yeah.
Against Morocco. They've been the AFCON in 2004, 2006, 2015 in a row. But 14 times we expect at least they should be able to pick one of the trophy along the way. But that trophy has eluded them. They still have good stars. They still have the likes of Keita in their team. They still have Sangari that plays for is it final or either final. They still have good players in their team. Yeah. So, but what do you think that they have to do differently coming into this AFCON?
Sincerely, they have to fight. It has to be a team, a collective team performance. Because, like you said, they don't have few superstars in the team, and more or less young players who are trying to make a name for themselves. And I love the support they are getting. Just a few days ago, Papa was in the camp of the team. He went to see the team and give them a massive boost, letting them know that the AFCON, for them to win it for the first time ever in their history. Don't forget as well for the Cine of Guinea. They also have a friendly against Nigeria. That will be said before the AFCON begins proper. After the two friends of Nigeria were cancelled. So they're preparing well. It's about the team now. It's not about Keita can't do it alone. It's called Deco in his hometown. The boy can play. He can score goals. He can hold the ball. He's a very good dribbler. He's got a beautiful left and right foot. But to be sincere with you, it's more than Keita. It has to be the team. The team has to come out to play together, fight together, defend together. They could have a chance. Don't forget, don't forget the last AFCON. The military president had to threaten them. Remember, Now you,
Yeah.
if they don't come back with the trophy, they shouldn't return. Remember, because
I think they did well. The last AFCON they did well. They came out of that group.
yes,
They were one of the strongest side. For me, they were one of the strongest sides in that AFCON. They came out
exactly.
of that group, and I think they lost to. Let me see. They lost to not not Tunisia. One of the
Not African.
Northern
Yes,
African teams.
yeah, they did, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So I
where
think
they lost to either
and
Morocco.
I think that was the AFCON that brought out Sangare to the world. He had a wonderful
Exactly.
AFCON last time out, helping the team. Then there was no he was injured. Talking about Keita, so Sangare picked up the
Yeah.
baton and tried to drag the team. So I think they've got it. Like I said, it's all about the team. I love the like you said, I love the team spirit I saw with them last time at the AFCON. But that's the only way they
Yeah.
can go this further this time. It has to be a team. They depend on one or two players. It will work. It will crack. So I think they've got a good chance. How's that? Like that we have the favorites, we have the tenders, we have the contenders, and we have the outsiders. I think I'll keep them as one of the outsiders. They look like a potential banana peel for top teams who wouldn't want to sit top. So I think
Yeah.
they can do well literally. They can, but it has to be a collective issue, not about Keita, about Sangare. If you ask me.
Yeah. But little we know about the Gambia side because I think if I'm not mistaken, this should be their let me see, this should be their first outing, the Gambia
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
This should be their first outing in the Cup of Nations, and people are expecting them maybe from their home country, but we don't expect them to go far. But people are expecting them to really do well in this tournament from their home. So what's your
yeah.
take about them?
I think they will pay their dues. It's about paying the dues. And that's why this team also was coming in. I don't remember the name. Was it Cape Verde? When they came to the AFCON,
Yeah,
Sao Tome, Principe, they all paid their dues. I'm not saying they cannot be potential banana appeal like Cape Verde was in their first time they came when they got to the quarterfinal of the AFCON. But winning it
yeah,
will be a tall order for them. They can get to the quarterfinal if they play together. They have that surprise package. Nobody know, like you said, not too many teams know much about them. So they have that surprise
yeah,
element. Where you don't know a team, they can come and bamboozle you and get something away from you. Not like Kevin had done in the past, just like Guinea did last AFCON. That surprise factor, that the element of the unknown. But apart from that, to be sincere with you, I don't think they will come pay their dues, participate, and then maybe come back later next year with more experience. It's all up for me and the Gambian team. I think it's about for them gathering experience. If they get past the group
yeah.
stage, it's a success. I repeat, they get past the group stage, it's a success already for them in their first attempt. But let's in a group that has Cameroon, in a group that has Guinea,
Senegal.
in a group that has wow, it's a tall order.
Mm.
They would have loved a fairer draw, but football is not fair anyway. If you ask me,
It's not, it's not really fair. Okay, and also you said we've spoken a lot in the last about 20 something minutes
24.
there about,
Yeah.
and we will continue to talk. Before I ask you my group prediction, let's look at our country, Nigeria. I told you we have to talk about it because for everybody that comes to this show, I think the first show we had the Nigerian Group A in the first show, we discussed extensively about it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry that you're not in that show actually because I wanted you to be on that show. But when you look at Group A, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and the two other teams in that group, the two Guinea-Bissau and Equatorial Guinea in that group. What do you think is the Nigeria's? Because anybody, the last time I spoke to Roland is optimistic that Nigeria will go far. I think the first time he said Nigeria will win it. When I repeat the question to him, he told me that he knows a country from West Africa will win it. I don't know. Yes, West Africa is the powerhouse of football in Africa, whether we like it or not. But I am skeptical of that team. There is this pessimism I have in that team because I look at the team from head to toe. I look at the goalkeeper, our first choice goalkeeper that is always shaky in the post. We know what happened during the World Cup qualifier in Abuja.
Yeah.
Um, we also know that you have a very a very narrow midfield, especially now that the is not there. You have a very narrow midfield. Um, not full of creativity, not full of that finesse. They don't create much. Um, and you have an attacking forward that is full of players. You have even two players from Europe that are in their prime now. Victor Boniface and
This,
Victor,
yeah.
Victor. Yeah, you have them. But I'm so skeptical of the defense, the coaching crew, and the midfield. Those are the areas and the goalkeeper. So you can see that the goalkeeper, the defense, and the midfield and the coaching crew. What's your take about my concern?
First of all, I'm not a bearer of bad news, and I'm not playing spoiler. But I do have to say it as it is.
And you're not the
I
prophet. You're not the prophet of doom as well.
Absolutely. I think the Nigerian team heading to this AFCON is a recipe for disaster. That I must say. First of all, I don't believe in Jose Pesero. I think you know that already for the past 1.5 years. He's been in charge. No
Yeah,
style, no philosophy, no way, no setup, no structure. Chopping and changing, chopping and changing. I think he has used how many players in less than a year. He doesn't know his bearing, and he just picks players and play them out of position. So I think he does, in quote, in all, it's just put it out in a nutshell. I don't think Pesero knows our players that much like he think he does. So we have an issue with that. That's number one. Two, our goalkeeping issue is well documented. Um, wow, wow. Francis Zoho has failed us. I think Maduka Okoye has run for his life. I think he took cover. It was the right thing for him to go and boost his confidence, which I think that's what Francis Zoho should have also done. But he's here. He has played 3 consecutive games for his team, kept 2 clean sheets out of 3. So it seems like he's picking form at the right time. But come on,
as a second choice goalkeeper in Cyprus. So,
absolutely. So it tells a lot of story of how that not Wabali, no disrespect to Stan Wabali. I watched the South African League so well. I watched it so well that I'm also not convinced that Stanley Wabali is the solution to our goalkeeping issue. I'm saying it here with so much confidence, and let anyone hear me. Because I know they'll be like, oh no, so I've come again, but that's the truth. I watched the South African League so well that I can tell you that he's not the solution to our goalkeeping issue. Simple. And then we have Olorunloke Ojo, who has flown out to the team. I watched him in the CAF Champions. I watched him with Aimba. I've not been convinced. I think he's been on a poor run of form. I don't know how he still holds the number 1 position at Aimba, despite his abysmal performances for the team for the past 6 months. Because I took it upon me to watch it because of him and some players at Aimba. I took it upon me to watch their games. I'm not convinced. His area ability is poor. His timing is wrong. His to me his handling. Go watch the CAF champion who lost 4 goals to 1 away from home. One of these North African team, and you ask them what was he doing in goal. There was probably no goalkeeper in that post. If you'd ask me, so we're in a conundrum. We're in a pit, deep pit that has no end when it comes to goalkeeping issue. I thought the coach would have gone with Adebayo. I think he should be given a chance. I'll be screaming it. The only game he kept was away in the game we won Sierra Leone. Remember, it was 3-2 or
yeah,
2-1. And he was fantastic on that team. But the point I'm hearing from someone from the NFF, I won't call names, is that the coach thinks he's short. And I asked the same question to him. I asked him, is Eyama tall?
is
He's
Kasia
not
tall?
tall. Eyama is not tall.
Oh,
So it's not goalkeeping is not about timing, it's about lifting, it's about positioning. It's not about height. Look at the past national team, Olorunloke Ojo, tall. Francis Hall, tall. Wabali, tall. It's not about height.
no good reflexes. They are not short stoppers.
Absolutely. You are first of all a shot stopper. Forgot about even passing from the back, which Adebayo is
Yeah,
also good at. You are first of all a shot stopper. How many shot saves can you make in a game? Can you save the team when the Chiefs are down? That is your job as a goalkeeper. But unfortunately, we've got them. We have to support them. It's our own. But I tell you, defending. See, I'm so surprised defensive work. I'm not jumping to leave the goalkeeping issue. How Kelvin and Poguma, I repeat, did not make this list. Out of our players playing, I have a Calvin Bassey. He's the only centre back who plays regularly for his club in a top flight league in Offenham in
exactly.
Germany. Yes. And Pogba was doing so well. He even did so well in the game he got injured for Nigeria. And then since then, he has not returned. I thought it was a saving case when it was listed in the 41-man provisional list that he will be part of the team. But unfortunately, he got chopped out for who? Kenneth Omeruo, who hardly plays football for his club in the second division. For Chelsea Wazim, who plays for Andrew Split. Where? In Croatia. It's sickening. I was one of people who call for the inclusion of Truth Ekong. I think that's a good inclusion. But a Pokemon should be there as well. If you're not going to go with a Pokemon, then get back Leon, but who is playing back to back and his experience in that
I
team.
don't know why
And
Leon. I don't even know why Leon Balogun is not there in that team.
exactly. His experience, he's tall, he's lucky, he's got a brain. The guy has got a footballing brain. I repeat it. The guy's IQ is high, very high. He uses his brain to do much of the work. That's why he doesn't jog, he doesn't cover much distance. And then you leave those players and you go with Kenneth to middle and Chilwell was him. And right back, have Ola, you drop Taro Nebuehi. So for who to play right back, Chilwell was him when there's no Ola, you have to play for Ola, You have to play for Ola, You don't have so many left back. Ola, Brian Remeji, Seydou Sanusi, can also play there. So I think the team is not even balanced.
It's not balanced. The team is not balanced.
Who followed? Who was there when he made out this list and vetted this list? Because I asked myself, the midfield is non-existent. Our most creative player is Alex Iwobi. And when last did he create get an assist in the Premier League? Wow, I can't even remember. And you can't either. And I just can't. And that's your most creative player. And I look at your midfield. When you look like the shining lights, unfortunately, that light has gone dark. And you have a player who has not been tested. I love Alassane Lisa, one of the ones who called for inclusion. And I thought he would have been there a long time ago. So by now he would have been used to play with the Super Eagles. But you are throwing him in the deep end because there's no midfield in Didi. It's sad.
I don't know why do we go? Why do we always go into tournaments unprepared?
You're going to.
And this
you had the collective work that's creating chances. You had the collective work creating chances. He's not on the team. And they carry the same old people. Aribo, who just began to play a few games right now. This as Alassane. And then you'll be forced to play here and Charles a creative midfielder. Because that's what the plan has to be right now. Because none of those players can play as a number 10. Or you play Chukwueze, or you play Simon. Somebody must play number 10. So you're going to play a makeshift creative midfielder. When you had a chance to call it a proper number 10 into the team, like Kelechi Wakali. Are we not joking? And then look at the lineup, the striking position. I'm quite all right. I'm a big fan of Chukwueze. I think he's got the skills. If he has a coach who can tell him, unfortunately, we don't have the coach, when to dribble, how to dribble, and when to dribble to the advantage of the team, it would have been useful. But you have Victor Boniface and, of course, Victor Osimhen. And then the nearest person is Sadiq Umar, who is just returning from injury. You have a guy who is scoring goal with reckless abandon in his club, is deserves, who is fully fit. Sadiq just came back barely 3 weeks ago and is in this list.
How about the space that was given to, sorry to say it, yes, the team captain Ahmed Musa? I think it's a waste of space.
It's a waste of space. Okay, if you want to call Ahmed Musa, why don't take a 27-man list? I'm not saying you should call Ahmed Musa, but take a 27-man list. Give me one of the two of those lists. Take, first of all, 25 quality players. Maybe I'd make it 26, and I give Musa the 27 place, and he can be the mediator between the players and the FA. He's got the ability. Yeah. He has got the ability to do that. You get what I'm trying to say? So personally, for me, I think the team is not balanced. We don't have a coach headed to the Nations Cup. We have no goalkeeper. Look at games we are conceding goals with reckless abandon. Even in our own house, we can't win in Uyo because there's one error or the other that would happen. If it's not to Zoho, it is going to be Awazim. If it's not Awazim, it's going to be Kenneth Omeruwo. If it's not Omeruwo, something just has to happen from somewhere. A mistake or two. Because I can bet you in every game Nigeria will play, Nigeria would concede. It's written. So Nigeria now needs to score. Take it from me. Please put it down. If you can put it down for Nigeria to hear it. That Nigeria needs to score 2 goals every game at least to win a game. Or to avoid a loss. At least 2 goals to avoid a loss. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So to me, it's a response. I'm not better at bad news, but I don't think Nigeria can go far. Not with Pesero. And if we do, we will wobble and we'll struggle like we did in 2013 under Stephen Keshi. 1 step forward, 3 rolling, 3 step of rolling forward. We'll just crawl and get there. I don't know why we celebrate like 2013. We all know that we didn't play our best ball in 2013. The reason why we remember 2013 because we won it. But that was one of our worst teams.
We beat us because that's all.
Exactly. But that was one of our worst teams. See, take it from me. I love to say I don't like Kizikeshi. I'm a fan of Kizikeshi. At least he won it. This is what other coaches could not do. But if you ask me, that team he coached was our worst team ever. I've watched his 5 good play. That's the one that I've was the worst team ever. And I think the only way we can win it this year again if we wobble and struggle and crawl to it. But if you expect the Super Eagles to play good football, Come on, we're jokers, man. I think, no disrespect. I don't. Anybody who says Nigeria will win it is daydreaming. Brother or sister, please wake up. If we win it, good and fine. The Nigerian tenacity, the Nigerian will to win power. But if we're expecting a master class, a tactical genius from this team, I say no. If you ask me,
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good analysis from you. I really appreciate that breakdown. And I've said it before. I say we always like going to tournaments unprepared. The Senegalese are preparing, the Cameroonians are preparing, even the Gambians, Guineans are preparing.
Gambians are preparing. Nigeria is praying. Nigeria is
Yeah.
praying. Ghana is preparing.
Okay.
Zambia is preparing. Nigeria is praying.
Yeah. So,
Imagine a team heading to the
okay.
AFCON champion on Wednesday. Wednesday, when teams have gone a week. Come on, man. We're
Yeah.
joking. We're joking.
Okay, then. So, your prediction for Group C, please.
Back to Group C. Yes, the group of. To be sincere with you, I say a surprise there. You
Oh,
know
really?
what? I don't think Cameroon will make it out of that group. I think
Okay.
Senegal and Guinea will. I think Senegal and Guinea will make it out of that group. Senegal has
So
group winners.
Cameroon,
Guinea.
Cameroon, no, as the first two, if there will be a surprise in the group, if Cameroon might make it out among
I don't think Cameroon will make it. It will be Senegal and Guinea. Cameroon are big.
even
Are the
among
bigger team
the
of Guinea.
even among the top losers as well.
No, they could make it as top losers, but if it has to come down to two teams in that group,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Senegal and Guinea. And the Senegal has got the firepower to blow down. They may negotiate the Cameroon game, but blow down the remaining two. Guinea can able to can afford to lose to Senegal and grind out the result from both teams, and then
Cameroon.
maybe go and qualify on head to head or away goal or goal difference. It's possible, but this Cameroonian team, I tell you, they don't inspire much confidence. And you're starting a tournament without your best goalkeeper. That means it's either Francis Dor, who has been exodus from the team over 3 years, or you're going with
Yeah.
a Passe, the goalkeeper who there's an error or two in him. Boy, oh boy, Babu. And then you have a Gabak song who I'm still asking question. How did he get this job so early in his coaching career? But I
He
keep
knows
fingers
somebody.
crossed.
He knows this is how he got the job. He knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So that's it's
But I
nice.
think Gini,
It's nice
first
having
in the
on the
season,
show.
thank you
It's
very
nice
much for
having on
having
the
me.
show.
It's
I
always a
want to
pleasure.
have you tomorrow. I want to have you on the show tomorrow.
Obviously,
Um,
I'm available. By what time? We
yes,
see, keep
I'll
fingers
have you at the
crossed.
same time tomorrow. I'll have you with somebody else, John,
No wahala.
tomorrow
No
at
wahala.
the same time. Yeah, yeah. Good,
My
good to have
pleasure.
you on the
Always
show.
here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me. My
Yeah,
pleasure.
yeah, yeah, yeah.